Hi. So one lie that we hear all the time and that I think is a total falsehood is the popular quotation that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you. I mean, if you're a teenager, or if you even remember being a teenager at any point in like the last 100 years, then you probably realize that that is not true at all, and it is very important what others think about you. I'm not saying that like in a negative sense. I mean, I'm not saying that you should live your whole life revolved around this notion of what other people think and trying to please other people. But to some extent, it is important to make sure that, especially I think when you're an author, which is, what I am, and, a lot of what I think about life is sort of bent on the fact that I am an author. It is important what other people think about you. And I sort of wanted to address that today and talk about how that can be used in a healthy way, and how valuing others' opinions on you and on your work can be used to actually strengthen you and make you a better author. And the truth is, if you're a writer or if you're an author, or really I think whatever you do in life, the amount of success that you're going to have is ultimately dependent upon what other people think about you and about your product. And if you're going to write books, you're not going to make any money at all unless you can actually find people to buy your books and to like you and to like your style and to want to get to know you, through your blog or through whatever, and to really want to be a part of your life. And that's all dependent upon people liking you and people having a good opinion of you. And it's really hard, and it's hard thing to acknowledge sometimes, because you want to be your own person and you want to be unique. But it is important to make sure that you have, high standards, and that you're relatable, and that you're putting out things that people want to read and that people are interested in, that are relevant. And really, it's not that difficult. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. You don't have to write vampire fiction or about werewolves or people killing each other, or anything that's really popular in fiction nowadays. If you're writing about something that you love and that's honest and that's true to you, then somebody else out there is going to relate to that too, and it's going to want to read it and going to want to be a part of you and a part of your story and your work. And so if you're pleasing yourself, and if you're happy with what you're doing and you're content, then other people are going to see that, and it's going to have a good effect on them, and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing too. So it's really important what other people think about you. We all know this to be true, like it or not. But other people will like you and will like your work and will like what you're doing if you have confidence in it yourself. So I think that's the number one most important thing, is that you have to have a good opinion of yourself and realize that what you're doing is important, and that it's worth someone taking the time to read or to buy into. And if you have that confidence and you realize that even though you make mistakes, that you're still a good writer, or good at whatever it is you're doing in life, then other people are going to believe that too. And you're going to have other people having a good opinion of you, and that will make your life a whole lot easier. I can promise you that. So I don't want anyone to walk away from this thinking that Rachel Coker is telling them that they have to worry about what the popular kids think, or have to make sure they're never getting bullied or criticized about anything. But just realize that it is important that what others think about you, but that the most important thing is that you be happy with yourself and what you're doing, and then everything else will just follow from there. So that's my little bit of philosophy for the day, and hopefully it was helpful to some of you, and I'd be happy to hear your opinions on the subject.